everything ready?
Yep. Siblings Unscripted is back for another episode, and this time we're talking about our favorite show, at least another one of our favorite shows. Married at First Sight is back. I mean, it's debuting on Peacock. Send me a check, please. But yeah, we're talking about Married at First Sight. They dropped the first 4 episodes, so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the weddings. We're going to talk about who said yes. They don't really say no in the beginning,
Then
but
yeah, they don't say no. We're gonna talk
we're
about
going to talk about their
all
first
the things.
reactions. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
4 new couples.
Five,
They
five couples,
5 couples,
5 couples. Yep.
and I think this time we actually had like two firsts on Married at First Sight, where there was an older couple, and then you had a mom and dad of
Mother, daughter,
a
mother,
mom,
daughter.
a daughter, a mom.
Yeah, mother, and then her mom is also on there.
Okay, yeah. So we had that. So that's new to this Married at First Sight. But let's get right into it, man. Just talk about the.
Well, let's talk about what else they did new
Okay.
that they didn't do before on Peacock. So before they usually show how they chose them, and it's like the interview process, and like yeah, they show those snippets, but for this one they go right to the nitty gritty. They don't really talk about the bachelorette party. They don't really talk
Mm-hmm.
about that stuff at all. They show snippets of when they recorded it, but they don't do that. They hop right into the couples and they hop right into these weddings. And I'm gonna say for that part of it, whoever the producers are, thank you, because I really much appreciated that. Because it kind of like it cuts off from like you not wanting to watch, because I know with you like to see toxic, so you skip past all of that in the
Yeah,
past.
I can't
But
say
this
I ever
time,
watched that, so I don't know.
yeah, but this time we didn't even have to worry about that because it wasn't shown. They went right into the couples who they matched up, and it wasn't like a guess as to who was gonna be with who. They started right out with the couples and them getting married. So for me, thank you, producers. That was needed.
So you telling me you didn't like the where they showed like where they came
I
from, picking out
did.
their dresses.
No, I ain't like the picking out of the dresses. That's boring.
I've never seen the beginning of those episodes because I just skip right through it. Like for me, I'm going right to the honeymoon. Like I know y'all said yes, I know y'all saw each other. What happened? Like what happened
Right, right.
after the wedding? That's what I be skipping to. But I did go back and watch the first 4 episodes, which includes the wedding itself and includes the honeymoon and some other stuff like that. But let's talk about the couples, right? So which couple do you want
Who
to
you
start
want to
out?
start with?
Let's start out with Pat and Rhonda, which is the older couple, right?
So yeah, they're an older couple. They a little frisky, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they like the way each other look right off the bat. Rhonda got kids. She was married, I think, twice before. Yeah, so she was married to her baby
Mm-hmm.
daddy, and she got what, 4 kids, and then her ex-husband didn't want to work, and then she married again just because she wanted, I guess, companionship, and that didn't work. They don't really talk about her second marriage that much.
Right.
And then you got Patrick, who was also married before, but he was married for a longer period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick kind of corny to me. He talks about space and astronomy a lot. He's kind of boring. He likes to hear himself talk, and but one of the good things about them is like they all, excuse my French, but they for all the shits, if you get what I'm saying. Like they
Right.
jump right on in, and
Right.
they're attracted to each other in the very beginning. So that's what I admired about their wedding and reception and their wedding night. Like they're attracted to each other. So for me, that's a plus,
Right.
right?
I agree with you there. I mean, to me, they're probably the cutest couple because they're so old. I mean, I that sounded bad, but hey, they're the older couple of the couples that's actually on the show. But
Mhm.
for me, it just proves that like as you get older, if whatever happens, you get a divorce and stuff like that, you can maybe find someone else and fall back in love again and be happy because that's all that they really wanted. Like you said, they pretty playful, they pretty funny. They jumping in the pool
Mhm.
in a gown and a full suit. He jumped into a pool. I think they smashing a lot as well, even though she
Yeah,
don't
they
want to
do.
admit it. But hey,
Yeah, but then
I
not
can
only that, Patrick is funny because ain't he the one who sent all the couples that video of somebody hitting the Mile High Club and
yes,
challenging the other couples to do it
yes,
on a plane? Like that's nasty, but like them
smashing on the
bathrooms is
plane.
not sanitary. But anyway,
Hey, I wouldn't know
So
because
like
I
you,
don't go into a plain bathroom, so I wouldn't know how sanitary it is. But
right, you are not going into the plain
those
bathroom.
those two are like fun and
They're
they are
funny.
energetic and they definitely just want to smash a lot. So I just think
Mm-hmm.
that's hilarious to me.
And the one issue that they had is Patrick talk a lot, and he wasn't really being in tune with how she felt. But like with them being older, I feel like they don't have time to bullshit. She was straight with like, okay, you've been talking a
Hmm.
lot and all this other stuff, and when I you barely asking, she straight told him off rip like, I feel like you're not in tune with me, and you don't. And they had their little emotional issue, and they already dropped the L bombs. Like he straight told her like, I love you and all this other stuff. So they like early in the game. They ain't wasting time with nothing.
My man said
Nothing at
time is
all.
not something that they actually have. So he is letting it all out. He's going with the full commitment. I think we're gonna see this like, and obviously it's gonna be a theme over all the different couples. We always got to remember that they just met. They have no
Mm-hmm.
idea of how the other person communicates. So that's a barrier that they got
Mm-hmm.
to overcome. So in the earlier episodes, we see where, hey, she's like, hey, you talk too much. And then he's like, let me get it out. And that's something that they probably got to learn together, their communication
Right.
styles. So right now they're going
Mm-hmm.
to clash a little bit, but as they learn each other, I think they're going to be able to overcome that. And we're not just going to see that
Yeah.
with just this one
Mm-hmm.
couple. We're going to see it through each and every couple because they're a complete stranger.
Communication.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't know that Pat like to talk a lot, and then at the end of the conversation, he gonna give you all the time that you need to get out what you need, but he need to get it out. So I think once she
Yeah.
learns that about him, then she gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, and be like,
Yeah.
man, can I get a word in? They just got to learn each
Yeah. So
other.
that's the commonality among I feel like all the couples is communication, right? But it's married at first sight and they're just meeting each other. So of course that's gonna be the common issue. Like that's the purpose of the show. You gotta communicate and learn each other to see if you want to stay together at the end of the show. So I'm
Right.
gonna say my first prediction going in of this couple is I think they stay together as of right now. Now, I might change my mind after I see another batch of episodes, but for right now, I think that their families like each other. I think that her sons and her daughter likes him. I know that she's attracted to him. I know that he's attracted to her. So right now, other than like the slight communication issues, I
Wait,
think they good.
that's not the mom couple. That's not the mom
No,
couple.
that's not the mom couple. No.
Okay.
So she has three sons and a daughter. Right. So
Right.
it's not the not the daughter. You want to go into the other mother?
What do
Let's
you
let's
think
start with the
about
daughter.
before we move on? What do you think about him being surprised that she was older than him? Because she is 63 and he's 59. So when she said that, he kind of like, wow, you're older than me. Like he was kind of shocked by that. But
I don't think that he really gonna have a big issue with it, to be honest with you.
okay,
At least not right now. I don't think that's an issue.
cool. I liked
So
him though. They was cute when they jumped in the pool together. That was cute. I liked it.
yeah, that was cute.
I liked it.
Okay.
Next up,
You
let's go to Josh and Jayla.
and Jalen.
Jalen.
Yeah. So I
Jalen.
had a red flag with Josh. Um, but I feel like Josh is very sassy, if you know what I mean. Like he has some very strong opinions. Now he is also down for the shits. You know, he will do whatever. He's amazed. Um, with her, I think that they are attracted to each other, which I said is another plus. Um, he was very
Hmm.
nervous at the wedding. You know, she has twins. Josh got a like a weird backstory, like he just met his father and he got like he got parent issues basically. And I hope that doesn't bleed into his relationship. He seems like he's a pretty good communicator, right?
Right.
He seems like he could read into things. Um, like if something's wrong, he seems like he's the type of person to recognize it early on. Jalen is very she's a girly girl, is what I'm gonna say. And he's not. He's a very nature person. So I
Right.
think that that might, he's gonna, expose her to some things and some of the things I think she might be down for. But in the long run, I don't know if that's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand like enjoying what your spouse does but sometimes I think he needs to realize that she doesn't have to do everything with you and he needs to learn that just because you like something doesn't mean she needs to like it too.
Right.
But he seems like a very respectful person. She's down for all the shit. She likes the way he looks and all that other stuff. They had like attraction immediately, right?
Right.
So that's good. And they don't sleep together the first night of the wedding. They wait until like that second night when her moms get married and they smash. So everybody on here is just straight up
So
smashing.
far. So
Okay?
far.
So far. Everybody smashing and it is what it is. I mean, y'all married, so do what you do. You gotta test it out. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know. I
Look,
don't know.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't know about
But
all that with a complete stranger that you just met. But I
and
do
I
like
yeah,
these two. I
I
do like
like
them.
these two. I don't know if you remember, but at the end he give her like a real ring. Like he committed. He's
Hmm.
like all, right now he's all in. But you know, in some previews you see him acting a different type of way, but he's very, I don't want to say controlling, but he want what he want. And but he is down for all the shits too. Like they did the mile high, even though he said it only lasts, maybe the elevation does something, but but maybe the elevation does something to one's body, but he said he only lasted a couple seconds. So, or maybe he was just excited. Who knows? Who knows? He said it. I'm only repeating what he said. So, I'm just saying.
Oh my god. Mm.
So what do you think about this couple?
I actually like both of them. Actually, I like her. I like him. I mean, at first, I mean, some of the previews that we saw before they even got married, I kind of was like, "Oh, that's a red flag." Like he said something, but like, "That's the last time you're gonna talk to me like that," and I was like, "Whoop,
Yeah.
red flag. That's an L."
Well, maybe, yeah.
I
Maybe he
did
ain't even talking to her. Maybe the producers just did that because he talking to another couple. I don't know.
maybe, but I mean, to me, that was kind of a red flag. That tone a little bit. I mean, when I first saw him, I kind of got like a "Hey girl, hey" vibe from him. So I'm glad
Yeah.
he kind of like changed my mind over the course of the episodes because
Your
I
mind has
was
changed.
like,
Mine ain't.
oh yeah, I don't think he's into women, but that's neither here nor there. But so far in these first four episodes, I actually like them. I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
communicate pretty well. They seem pretty excited about each other. So I hope it works out for them, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, considering what we saw in the
They have a
previews
weird,
and
yeah,
concerning
but
him.
they also have a weird dynamic around being around the other couples because I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the next couple because, and this is
Hmm.
why I say this is kind of weird. Her mom is also on the show, right? So her mom is Belinda, and Belinda is married to Chad. And the weird thing about this is Chad's fourth marriage. Like, why the show pick somebody
Why not?
that's like a repeat offender?
Why not?
Listen, I guess. I like, and I don't really know what type of women he date. Like they try to explain it, but like, and like her mom is like super duper nice and things like that. But Chad, he crack a lot of jokes, and I don't know if he's just uncomfortable, so he just joke a lot. But like
Right.
at some point when I was watching, I was like, dude, like shut up, stop cracking jokes. Like, can you be serious for 1 minute? Now I do think that he is falling head over heels too, and maybe she just got that good. But I'm just saying, like he falling head over heels for her too. So because they are also doing it, you know. So
Normally it's me that's bringing that up. Today is you.
yeah, it's me today because I'm very much like I can't understand why these people just meeting each other and they just look, they scratching all the
In the
itches.
words
You
of
hear me?
you say you got a test drive, so they test driving the hell
Well,
out
they
of each
test
other.
driving all the way, all of them. They test driving. So Belinda and Chad, like he making jokes. And she's just, she's been married for all these years. She's been cheated on. They do say that. And like the way they introduce it is when Jalen and Josh get mad, she asks Josh, like, oh, I hope you don't mind. We're going to have to go to another wedding. And she goes, oh, my mom's getting married at first sight, too. So, like, the sharing that the couples normally do with each other,
Hmm.
I don't know how it's going to be this season because there's that mother daughter couple. And like I don't know about anybody else, but like yeah, I share with my parent, but I ain't telling her like everything. But in this show, the purpose of having the couples all together is to like relate experiences. But that gotta be kind of weird. Like, yo, my mom is over here doing it with this man that's bald headed and make all these jokes.
Right.
And then Belinda gotta think about like, yo, Josh is probably tearing it down on my daughter. Like It's like that's weird.
It's only weird because you got to
Do
bring
you
a
talk to your
different.
mama about that stuff? Because I don't talk to mine about it.
Well,
So
now that you bring that up, I think I'm going to go a different dynamic and bring this up as well. I mean, I actually like Chad. I actually like Belinda. To me, Chad is kind of nervous a little
I like
bit.
them.
He's very nervous, especially at the
Nervous
wedding.
energy.
Yeah, when they was out in the honeymoon area, he was kind of nervous a little bit. So he's cracking jokes. I mean, he's at it on his fourth marriage. I don't know why anybody would want to try it the fourth time, but we don't know if she left him or he was the one that was initiating all these different divorces and stuff like that. But my man
Right.
is like, hey, forget relationship. Let's get married. Like he's getting married
Facts.
like the celebrities treat the marriage. Like they just get married. Like Chad,
Right.
you're not a celebrity. You can't just be getting married just for the sake of being in a relationship. Because that's what celebrities do, right? They get married
Right.
and that's their relationship, and then they divorce and stuff like that. But you bring up the mom and daughter dynamic. I think it will only be a problem is because like you're married and everybody knows what the saying is, keep your family out the marriage, right? So it's going to be
Fact.
really interesting to see that when Jalen start having problems with Josh, if she's going to run to Mama for guidance or advice, or vice versa. If Belinda's having problems with Chad, is she going to go and talk to her, tell her daughter the business? Like, is she going to do that?
Right. And is
So
Josh gonna get mad at Chad if he don't do right by Belinda? So it's like that
yeah,
whole dynamic. I can't wait to see how it unfolds because for me, Married at First Sight, they've never had this before, and
right,
it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna change the group dynamic overall. Like it's
yeah.
gonna be kind of weird if some rocky stuff start happening,
Yeah, it's
right?
gonna be interesting to see if
But
they're gonna
I
tell each
do
other business.
Yeah, I do predict that they get married. So like Chad also bought Belinda a ring. So
That
the
was
mother
cute.
daughter,
That was cute.
yeah, the mother daughter, like they got they bling already. And Chad might upgrade Belinda again because it seemed like he got baller status a little bit.
That was
So he
cute.
might buy her another ring. Yeah, that was cute.
That was really cute. They upgraded
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I actually like them. I mean, she's a little bit younger than him. She's 47. He's 54. Like I said, that
Hmm.
fourth marriage.
And she got kids and he has a daughter. The daughter likes Belinda, so that's a plus.
Yeah, I like them. I like them as
Yeah.
a couple. So
Yeah, I
far, they're
like them.
doing pretty
Yeah.
good. I mean, I like the dynamic. I don't know how the
Look at
mommy
you
daughter.
telling how you like people over there.
I know, right? Normally, I'd be like, when they gonna cuss each other out? Like that's what I'd be trying to
Right.
figure out. But I like them. And it's gonna be interesting, like I said, if they're gonna be sharing business amongst the couples and how that's gonna play out, and if that's gonna be a problem and stuff like that. Because mama may run the daughter, and then daughter may run the mama about the other person, and
Hmm.
then I'm already
Yeah, we just
foreseeing
see.
that might be an issue.
Right.
Maybe.
We gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see.
All right. Next up, we got Megan and Derek.
Yeah.
Interesting
They ain't gonna make
couple.
it.
Interesting couple.
They ain't making it. Yo, Megan's mom, she mean. Like,
Yeah.
she's mean. She don't agree with this. She said her daughter is grown, so she gonna do what she do. Megan is very transparent that she works with her parents and it's kind of hard,
But we didn't see the
working with
daddy, right?
them. Um,
We
I don't
just
know that he really wants to be on camera like that, but he
right.
was kind of there. She says it and things like that. And Derek, I mean, they're both attracted to her. I mean, she like his body for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Megan is very attracted to Derek. But Megan got a communication issue. She feels like it's married at first sight and she don't want to open up and address any major issues in the very beginning, but you only have a limited amount of time to like get to know each other. So like, ma'am, start talking. Derek is out here trying to pry and ask all the questions and like she giving him surface level answers. She not
Right.
asking him about him. And like after the couples meet up with each other. Let's go back to the reception though. Let's talk about her mom for a little bit. Tell me what you said.
Her mom is like really really like Derek. I don't know if I don't like this process. I don't like how she did it. Like she's my
Mm,
daughter and all, and I'm a supporter, but I'm telling you right now, I don't like it. Like I don't know if it's
yeah.
gonna work out for y'all. Like I just don't like it. And then I had to think for
Yeah.
a minute. I was like, well, how old is her daughter? Like her daughter is almost 40 something years old. She's 37. And her mom were talking like that. And I was like, maybe that is a reason why she's been single for 7 years because of her mama,
Huh?
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's why
probably
you
why.
don't involve your parents in your relationships like that.
Yeah. Her
And then
mom
the
was
other
mean as
thing
hell.
is, yeah, she mean. She is mean. Um, and she's being a protective mom, I guess. But like when they get to the honeymoon, look, they they're good at first. They also smash, okay? So,
Not at first
um
though. Not at the first
not
night.
at first. They give it a little while, but they test it out a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
when they're in at dinner, it's kind of like so awkward for him and her because like he's talking and he's asking questions and stuff like that, and he's just like waiting for her to like ask questions back or like answer more deeply, and she ain't doing none of that. So when they separate, the guys and the girls, she's explaining how she don't want to address anything major. He's saying to the guys like he trying to pry in and stuff like that. So he gets advice from Patrick to just like address the issue. Well, that advice did not work for him because when they was doing their little paddle surfing or whatever it's called, and
Mm-hmm.
he like brought it up to her, she had a whole meltdown and was like, "All right, I'm done with this. Let's go in. I don't want to talk about this." And she just has a meltdown, and that's kind of like the cliffhanger of where they left their relationship.
Right.
And like he wants to be open and she doesn't, but like how does she expect married at first sight to work if she's not willing to be open? You want to wait till you get in the real world and you got to go to work to ask questions, cuz then you're going to be annoyed, you're going to be tired, you're not going to want to talk about all that stuff then. So
Right.
that's why on the honeymoon, when you have time, you should be talking about this stuff. Not only should you be doing it, you should be talking.
Like I said, it goes back to the whole dynamic of trying to learn each other,
Mhm.
as far as communication styles. And I mean, they hate to say it and they hate to believe it, but after you smash, I mean, that kind of like changes
Yeah.
things a little bit. Like you said, they should be
Yeah.
doing a whole lot of talking and probably you can do all that, but do a
Less
lot
fucking.
less. Ask your questions and communicate first before you do all that type of stuff because everybody that have done that so far, you can kind of see the dynamic has kind of changed a little bit to where now they having fights about stuff they probably should have engaged and talked about on the first night and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But you got to keep in mind that she's been single for like 7 to 8 years. So
Mhm.
she's still accepting the reality that, hey, now I have to maybe let somebody in and open up a little bit
Yeah.
in order for this to work. Like she is
Yeah,
so used to having her walls up.
the only way they're gonna make it is honestly, they're gonna have to compromise with
Hmm.
communicating. Like it can't just be excuse me, can't just be your way.
Right.
So I'm gonna let you take the lead with this last couple because you have thoughts and you have opinions, and I may agree and disagree with some things, but I'm gonna let you take the lead with the last couple.
So the last couple is Will and Brittany, and we like black love or whatever. Will is 30,
They
Brittany is
ain't it.
29. I mean, we talked about it offline. We also had some other conversations, but the more I look at it, and I also saw a comment online that just made me die that when I first read it. Like I was literally out of commission for about 5 minutes thinking about that particular comment. But Brittany and Will on paper looks good. They
They
check
look
off
good
all the different
together.
boxes. They do look good together. You saw some of the interviews that they had with the experts, and they said some things that sounded pretty good. And sounded like, hey, they could have a successful marriage. When they first saw each other, they was attracted to each other. Like they both are good looking individuals. Will has a little dangling earring or whatever. To me, that's an instant red flag. Like an earring is one
Okay.
thing, but then when you had a little dangling earring too, you gotta look the other way. Like red
Yeah,
flag.
Will got all kinds of red flags in my opinion. Like even in the interviews, he was talking about playing in booty holes. So like like sir, why would you say that and you know they're gonna put that on national
And
television?
that's exactly what they
Like,
did. Like I
yep,
ain't even gonna repeat
yep.
it. You just gotta rewind it and hear what she just said about him playing
um,
in butts.
let's talk
Like
about the other ref. Say what you thought when he met the father.
oh, when he met Brittany's daddy, like his daddy should have definitely just stood up and like grabbed him by the coat and be like, "This ain't working," because they was talking about religion. He was trying. Her father was actually trying to get a background check on his parents and his background and stuff like that. And one of the first questions was, "Do you believe in God?" And the man
Yeah.
legit said, "Nah."
He
Like
said, I believe in a higher
I believe
being.
in a higher being. And then the
And
father
he was like,
kept
well, what
digging.
denomination are you? Are you Baptist? Are you
Yeah.
yo, the father was in
He
my
was like, "Do
head,
your
the
parents
father
go
was
to church?"
saying, right. The fa it's something that one of my great grandmother's sister had said to me one time. And it brings it back. And as soon as he said that, it made me think of the comment. She said to me one time, y'all unequally yoked. And you know what that
Mm,
means, like when you come from different backgrounds, them
right.
two are unequally yoked.
Religion
And
wise, yes.
to the religion wise, to the worst degree, because I think her parents are fairly religious, which makes me think that she could possibly be fairly religious. And I don't know how this gonna work because, like, at the end of the day, people get married and they talk about things, but this is married at first sight, so they couldn't talk about this before getting married. But like, what happens if you stay married and when you start raising kids, right? It's a thing. It's a thing.
Mm,
Like, how do you? But the look on the father looked like he was getting heated. It looked like he
yeah.
wanted to get his daughter and be like, "Yeah, we not doing this." And the mother was just sitting there shaking her head like she ain't know what to say. It was
I
crazy.
felt like the daddy kept trying to give him opportunities to correct himself and at least come down the right path to say something that that the daddy actually agree with. And this man
And then he
ventured
kept
off
saying
path
words.
every single time. Like,
He kept trying to explain himself by using big words. And the father was like, "Sir, I don't know what you talking about, but look, do you believe in God or not?
right.
Do you go to church or not?" And then he kept saying like all the things, and the father was the look.
Yeah.
I wish I could rewind and just look at the father's
Yeah.
face. It was hilarious,
He was
hilarious.
more
It got
like
so bad
defensive.
that the father was trying to find something in common. Like, do you play dominoes? Like, do you play spades? Like, what?
Yeah. That religion conversation was going so bad, he did have to change the subject because, like I said, the man was trying to get him on the right path to be like, hey, can you please say something that makes me feel good about you? And he took every detour that he possibly could. He kept bringing up the Crusaders and all this fighting. You telling me they fight for this and this and this? Like, that don't sound right to me. And then the daddy just sitting there was like, what? Like, and it was like, all right, dude, do you know how to play dominoes? Like, and then he had like, do you know how to play spades? But I think he was pretty bad with the family. Like, I'm surprised they even made it that far. I'm surprised that that wasn't really a conversation between him and Brittany and Will on a honeymoon in the bed or something like that. Because I think any typical daddy probably would have got to their daughter and be like, listen, I don't know about this guy right here. Like, we talked about religion and he was all over the place. Like, he don't
Well,
believe
you know,
in God or nothing.
they don't show the conversation with her parents and her after that whole conversation. So
Right.
I'm pretty curious to see why they cut that out. And maybe the father did go off a little bit and like, Brittany, come on, let's go. Because that's what my daddy would have been like. My daddy would have been like, yo, let's go right now. You ain't going nowhere with this man.
Right.
But yeah. So we get there, they're attracted to each other. Um, they get to the little hotel room. I don't know. I don't. Well, he insinuates that they smashed on wedding night because he said it ain't my business to tell. Right? He said that. He made that comment
Mm.
after the morning after. He said it ain't my business to tell. So they had smashed before.
They
So
did
I think that
something,
might
or they got close to doing something. I mean, she said that
listen.
she said they got intimate. Like, that could mean a lot.
Listen, I think they smashed on wedding night, which is why I don't think your theory is wrong about how he don't like her box afterwards, okay? So I
Something
think they
might have
got
been a little
intimate.
fishy down there.
Listen, I don't know. I look, okay? So then I'm gonna give you my rendition
But
of
wait.
how.
Since you said that, you have to bring up the fact that she also said that, hey, this has happened plenty of times before with other dudes. So I'm super
I
curious
don't think she was
exactly what happened.
referring to that. I have to go back and watch it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what she's saying is if she gets a bad vibe or something happens, right?
Mm.
And if a guy replies a certain type of way to her, she immediately goes into a zone. And that's what I thought she meant where this has happened before where she had an issue if there's an issue and they don't want to talk about it or a guy like withdraws from her um in terms of talking and communicating, she doesn't like the withdrawal of communication. That's
Right.
why I took it, right? So it's very apparent um if
Or
you
she
watch it
felt
back.
rejected, maybe. I think he maybe kind of
So
rejected her a little bit.
I don't think he rejected her. I think what happened was, I don't know if you're gonna have to edit this.
Nope.
I think on the honeymoon, I think she got nutted in, okay? I think he let loose, and I think that she wanted to talk about it. And instead of him talking about it, he told her, "We don't have to do it like that again." And she shut down, right? She kind of shut down and she wanted to talk about, like, so for
Mm,
her maybe that's a rejection type of thing, but like he didn't even want to address it at all. He was like, "Well, we don't have to do that then." And for her, it was like, "We don't have to do it again? You mean you don't want to be intimate?" I think her, when he said that, it sent her spinning, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
like,
Or maybe she
I
wanted to
don't
have
think,
the conversation about, hey, what if this happens? And he maybe kind of
yeah,
blew that off a little bit.
yeah. And I think, but
That's
he,
fair.
overall, I think just even based off of how they communicate with each other, he's a very dismissive person. So like she'll be like, "Do you like this?" He'll be like, "Oh, it's whatever you like." And she'll be like, "Well, what about this? As long as you're happy." And okay, what about this? "Well, do you like it? Because if you like it, I'm fine with it." He's a very indifferent person, but she wants him to be decisive, right? But
Right.
I don't know if that's just how he is as a person. He's very much like, if you're happy, I'm happy, right? I think it
Right.
would take a lot to rattle him. But in the end, I see it both ways, right? I feel like she having a little fit, but in the
Mm.
same token, if she's having a little fit, sir, go see about her. And I don't think they making it too much past the honeymoon, okay? Because he said, "I ain't going to chase her," right? And he's like, and then she's like, "Well, I'm trying to communicate and learn about you, but you're not asking or answering my questions." He goes, "Well, what did you ask that I didn't answer?" He's very, in my opinion, passive aggressive, is probably how I would put it. He's very passive aggressive.
Right.
What do you think?
I mean, I agree with you as well. I mean, it might have been something where he didn't like the bots during the
Maybe.
process, maybe so.
Yeah,
But I
maybe.
also think that he missed opportunities to communicate with her because when I was watching him, I actually on the balcony, you know what scene I actually had in my mind? Coming to America when he took the bride back to the room
Uh-huh.
and they was
Whatever you
asking whatever
like.
you like. And he basically could have got exactly everything that he wanted out of her because she was basically willing to say it's whatever you like. And he kind
Mm-hmm.
of missed that opportunity. Like, what's your favorite food? She probably would have sat there and said whatever you like. Like, what you like to do? Whatever you like. And I mean, that's not to say that she was going to be all that submissive towards him, but it looks like she was willing to compromise and be open to trying new things or new experiences and stuff like that. And he just was like, kind of just being very dismissive and just like wasn't really answering the question. I thought she was trying to really get to know him, and he just
Mm-hmm.
really wasn't happening. And to
Yeah,
me,
he wasn't given any information
yeah,
at all.
out of all
Like,
the
I know you're
smashes,
tying it
that one
back
shouldn't have happened.
to, yeah, I think you're tying it back to maybe he just didn't want to have sex with her or he didn't like it. I don't think it has really anything to do with that, honestly. I just think that he's passive aggressive
I
and it's
just
just like they're both, yeah, well, the comment that you read that they both looking for a husband, look. No. I mean, I don't know, cuz he's very like, I don't know if this is the right term, but he's very like, not like frat boyish, but he's like, he talks a lot about in his interviews about smashing and the type of girls that he likes, and it's, I don't know, it's just weird. But
well, when I first saw him,
they're
I saw
just
the picture
different.
of him. You know, when my mind went, I was like, "Oh, here you go, a little light skinned dude." You know how light skins by the act, and he's acting just like a light skinned dude. I mean, come on.
I mean, you ain't that far from being light
I'm
skinned,
not,
brother.
but that's how
He's
I can easily
attractive though.
identify the behavior of how he's going to actually act because he's light skinned.
Yeah.
But it's the
And
dangling
it's probably
earrings for
because
me.
women, honestly though, the way he looks, he's probably used to women like flaunting themselves over him and throwing
Right.
themselves at him because, not for anything. I mean, you heard it here. I think he's attractive. He's attractive. So women probably throw themselves at him. I probably wouldn't go for him because even though I don't know if he's short or not, but even if he's not short and they don't really show his body like that, he a little bit too round for me. So,
Mm.
but yeah, he's but he's like I said, it's weird and he's kind of passive aggressive, and between that, the religious thing, Like it's
You
just
can say it. He's giving you fuckboy vibes.
yes, period. That's it. That's it. That's what it is.
That's exactly what it seems like. I mean, for him, for me, it was like,
I don't
oh,
think
I'm
they
not gonna
make it at
chase
all.
her. I'm not gonna chase her. Like, bro, you just married a girl.
He was right. He was like,
What you
she
mean?
left. Well, I ain't running after her.
That's the
What?
f boy vibes right there.
Yeah. And she's not ugly. She's pretty.
She's a
And he
little. She's
tells
a
her,
little
and he
big.
reaffirms her.
She's a little
Oh
big.
God,
I seen
the
those. I
comments will
seen
eat
those
you up for that.
thighs. I seen those arms.
Well, he like it. Okay.
She could be thick. Who knows? She could be
Hey,
thick.
she's pretty.
She is
She
very,
is pretty.
very pretty, very attractive.
Hmm.
I like her smile. I like the way she looks. Absolutely. I think he definitely
But
probably should have went after her and tried to correct whatever issue that they was having
he should have tried to
because
figure out what was wrong. Honestly,
right. But I think
it's
he
it's
kind of
it
knew
goes back to
based on how he was acting.
communication.
Yeah. The way he was acting on the balcony and how he was being all dismissive and being like,
But you know what it is?
mm,
You know how, like, and I think I talk to you about this all the time in any relationship, right? If a person brings you a problem, don't turn it on them. And that's what he was doing. So she says, oh, you're not communicating and you're not asking questions. He's like, oh, well, you're not asking me questions either. Like it was like, it's like, I know you are, but what am I? Like it's very childish. Um,
right.
so there he's like transferring it back, and that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work for them to be together. So
Now, one question for you. I did mention it to you offline, but she's 29 and her longest relationship happened almost like 20 years, like 10 years ago, which would have put her at 19. And since then, she says she have not been able to get past 3 months in a relationship. Do you think that plays a part into maybe her communication a little bit?
yes, I do.
Now, you talk
I do.
about why would they pick somebody who's been married 4 times? Why would they pick somebody
Why would you
whose
pick somebody who hasn't
longest
been in a
relationship is
relation?
only
Yeah.
3 months? And you talking about a
Yeah,
long
I don't
term
know if it's the
commitment.
type of guys that she goes for. I don't know if it's because she gives up the box too quick. I don't know what it is, but it's something about her that she can't
You think she smashed it before
overcome.
the
And
3 months? Or at 3 months, that's when
yeah,
they leave her?
mhm. Because I think that I'm gonna say this. Sex can make things difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it complicates things. And in this situation, I think it's gonna complicate things for them. Yep.
Right.
But she also wants to be with a person who wants to be with her. And when he made the comment, we could stop, or we don't have to do this, that that triggered her in some aspect of the way.
Yeah. I think
Like
like she felt rejection, I think. Like she felt
she
rejected
wants
at
to
that
be
point.
physically wanted. She wants the the verbal affirmation. She wants like she wants to be affirmed affirmation in several ways. So that's that.
And I also noticed with all the couples, I don't know what it is with the producers of this particular season, but they actually are actively asking these couples if they smashing. Like, what's with that narrative this season? Like, have you noticed
I
that?
think that they just want I did. I think that they just want to put it out front that they have. Um yeah, I think that's what they want. I think that they think viewers will tune in if they know out off jump that everybody already did it.
I think
So,
I'd be better without that information because knowing that they actually did it, like it kind of triggers me to be like, oh, they gave it up too fast. This ain't gonna work. Like they skipping steps. Like you say test
well, I
drive
would
all
have
the time, and
expected
I'd be
the
like,
older
I don't
couple
know.
to do it though. The
Yeah, yeah,
older
the older.
couple,
That's what they in it for. That's what they in it for.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, the test drive
yeah.
thing. I don't. They at the end
Mm.
of the day, they are a stranger. Like they really are.
Yeah, but they married though. They make them sign all the paperwork. They married. That's why when they don't work, sometimes on the reunion shows you see like all types of conflict because they be trying to get them divorces, but because they are legally married. So,
I get it.
yeah.
You married a stranger that you just met. I get it.
Yeah.
There's more pressing things that we can do. I
Facts.
don't know, but
I don't know.
most of the time when it happens this early, there's always going to be problems, and then the very next day when they wake up, they determine that they got poor communication skills, and then
Yeah.
they got to worry about
Mm,
figuring that out.
yeah. I'm
But
interested to see if anybody who watches this back what they think so they could drop it in the comments. If they think that either one of us is wrong about something, if you like a couple, drop it in the comments. But like I'm interested to see what everybody else thinks. Um And I looked it up. Peacock, it airs, the new episodes airs on Thursdays. So like I said, I can't wait to see what happens with all the couples, but it's only one couple coming out of the first four episodes that I 100% don't think is going to make it, and it's Will and Brittany.
Right. And I will go ahead and say that I actually have watched a lot of the spoilers already. So I kind of know how this is actually going to end, supposedly. So I'm taking the approach of that I need to see how they get to that point because I'm not
Right.
quite understanding
Mhm.
what it is. Because I'm like,
And based on the preview, somebody be end up pregnant. So I can't wait to see. I think
right.
I think I know who it is, but I can't wait to see like how that unfolds too.
So your prediction is everybody stays married except for Will and Brittany? Is that what you're going with?
No, no. I don't think Will and Brittany get married, and I'm on the fence with two other couples. I'll wait for the next episode, but I'm on the fence with two other couples.
And when you want to know the spoiler, just definitely just say so because I would tell you.
I don't want to know the
I would
spoilers
tell
yet.
you.
I'm gonna wait.
But
I'm gonna wait. I
anyway,
hate that you do that.
because I just got to know what type. Am I going to see
You
drama
don't
or am
gotta
I?
know.
Yes, I do. I like binge watching shows. I don't like this waiting until the following week or 2 weeks to watch episodes. I mean, Netflix has pretty much spoiled me to where I get to watch everything all at once. That's what I like. But
Mm-mm.
I will say it should be a very interesting episode. This is probably the first time where I've said I like everybody except for Will and Britt. I don't like Will. I don't like him. He giving light skin a bad name. You know what I'm saying? Take that earring out of your
Mhm.
ear, bro. That dangling earring, like that's a red flag. Like, come on.
All right,
You
get a
like
red
you
flag.
hypothetically, a guy had a dangling earring. Would you give him the time of the day?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh nah.
Okay.
But you know my type. He not even my type.
If your type
So I
had a
would
dangling
never.
earring, would you give him the time of day?
No, I would not.
So dangling earring is automatically an out, right? So,
For me, some women might like that.
anyways, I can't wait for the next episode. She has two couples probably not making it. I already know the spoilers, so I can't really.
Yeah, don't
I
say it.
I
Don't say
like
it.
everybody. That's what I like everybody, but Will. I like Brittany. I think she deserves a little bit better, but I think they need to continue to communicate better, and they'll learn each other. They'll learn the communication styles of each other probably over the next couple episodes. But I think communication has probably reared its head in all the couples. But I
Mhm.
like Brittany. Don't like Will. I like Belinda and Chad. Chad is funny to me. Derek and Megan is pretty cool. I think Megan is actually kind of hot, but I like her. Pat and Rhonda, I love them. I love
Yeah.
them. I love them.
Okay.
Any last words?
Yep. Nope. No last words. We
Subscribe
gonna
to the
let everybody see.
channel. Turn on your bell icon so you know when we drop another episode. But that is Married at First Sight, episodes 1 through 4. The next video you'll see is whatever episodes that actually have. But I'm excited that it's back, and I like the format.
So
Producers,
excited.
yeah. Shout out to the
Uh-huh.
producers jumping right to the weddings. But I like the format, so hopefully they can continue to build on that. And I want to see some drama. Hopefully I see some drama. If I see drama, I ain't
You
got to
will.
skip ahead. I'm not watching Married at First Sight to see a fairy tale, okay?
All right. All
I'm
right.
not. But we'll catch you guys on next episode. Peace out.
All right. Peace.